Namaste. Today is the 7th January 2022. Gujarati Tithi Pramane આજે સુદ પાંચમ છે. So let's begin this day on an auspicious note with prayers.
Sahana Vavatu Sahana Vunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
जन्मभूमि भारत, हे कर्मभूमि भारत, हे जन्मभूमि भारत, हे कर्मभूमि भारत, हे वंदनीय भारत, अभिनंदनीय भारत, जीवन सुमन चढ़ाकर आराधना करेंगे तेरी जन्म भर हम वंदना करेंगे, हम अर्चना करेंगे. जिसका मुकुट हिमालय जो जगमगा रहा है सागर जिसे रतन की अंजलि चढ़ा रहा है जिसका मुकुट हिमालय जो जगमगा रहा है सागर जिसे रतन की अंजलि चढ़ा रहा है यह देश है हमारा ललकार कर करेंगे इस देश के बिना हम जीवित नहीं रहेंगे हम अर्चना करेंगे
Starting the day on a joyful note, today's theme is regarding festivals. As our border theme is expressing and sharing our intercultural understanding through festivals, with an attempt to promote international mindedness as an IB student. Today, we will see festivals with a scientific view and also the idea that there are the same festivals with different names. On the same thought, I would like to welcome Jval to give us a scientific relevance on Navratri.
Navratri. Navratri is a festival that originates from India and it is widely known for its famous folk dance, Garba. Navratri is celebrated over a span of 9 Nortas, each of these Nortas dedicated to one incarnation of Ma Durga. However, does Navratri have only a religious significance? I believe that each and every festival in this world holds some kind of scientific relevance as well. And so does Navratri. The first connection that we good Jews make of science and Navratri is through Garba. However, the fasting that we do for these 9 days also hold a great significance. Navratri falls in the months of October or November, and these are the transition phase from one Ritu to another, from autumn to winter, and this is an important phase in the climate change. Studies have proven that winters suppress our immune system and affect our blood cells. The fasting while Navratri is supposed to help our immune system and our digestive system as well. We fast for the 9 days and we consume sattvic food or a very light diet for those 9 days. This gives a rest to our intestines and it detoxifies our blood as well, which helps the immune system. The intestines regain their strength and this is how Navratri benefits our body. So, all in all, Navratri also connects to modern day science like any other festival in the world, and our ancestors had some logic in celebrating this festival in this manner.
Well, that was quite informative. Thanks, Joel. Now we have Parv, who would give us a semi Russian English speech on a Russian festival.
Привет, меня зовут Parv. Сегодня я расскажу о Масленице. Maslenice is an Eastern Slavic religious and folk holiday. It is actually the last week before the onset of the Great Lent Festival, which forbids socializing. Hence, it is the last chance for Russians to celebrate and enjoy. People in Russia believe that Maslenice personifies death, gloom, and winter, celebrating a week-long festival that divides winter and spring. Самая веселая часть итогу, праздники приготовления бескушных блинов. Their beliefs can be compared with the festival of Mardi Gras. The community of Maslenice builds effigy out of solomy, called straws in Russian, decorated with pieces of rags fitted to a pole called kostroma. And at the end of the festival, the dolls are burned. I don't quite like it because it causes pollution, but all festivals have their flaws. Glavnoya уважать культуру des изображения. The thing that at the end, all people donate their blinis to the poor appeals me the most about this festival. Stoste pro Maslenicu. Spasibo.
Thanks, Parva. Spain has always been an interesting country. But would you like to know more about its festivals? Well, then we have Priyansh here to shed more light on the same.
Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, is a Spanish festival celebrated mainly in Mexico which lasts 2 days and reunites the living and the dead. Families create ofrendas, offerings, to honor the departed family members who have passed. The offerings consist of bright yellow marigold flowers, the photos of departed, and the favorite food and drinks of the one being honored. The offerings are believed to encourage visits from the land of the dead as departed souls hear their prayers, smell their food, and join in the celebrations. Most familiar symbol of Dia de los Muertos is skeletons and skulls, which appear everywhere during the holiday, as candied sweets, as parade masks, and as dolls. Skeletons and skulls are always portrayed as enjoying life, often in fancy clothes and entertaining situations. Assured that the dead would be insulted by mourning or sadness, Dia de los Muertos celebrates the lives of deceased with food, drink, parties, and activities the dead enjoyed in life.
Thank you, Priyansh. That was very interesting. Have you ever thought a state famous for beaches having a festival involving remembering the martyrs? Well, I would like to shed some light on that. Festival is a day of celebration to continue to celebrate the particular event that took place or even in remembrance of it. On the similar lines, the Floating Lantern Festival is celebrated in Hawaii in the remembrance of the martyrs or the deceased loved ones. As a symbol, they float lantern because light represents peace and harmony during the dark times. Thus, they float after the sunset. These lanterns are specifically flown towards the Pacific Ocean to invite good fortune and inspire the idea of remembrance. Did you all notice a slight similarity between these festivals and the one celebrated on 23rd March, the Shahid Divas? A very significant day for all Indians. On the same principle of lantern floating festival, it is made in the remembrance of the martyrs who gave their lives for India's independence. The first floating festival was hosted by Shin Nyo-en, a Buddhist, and every year this festival is led by the head of the Shin Nyo-en community. In particular, I felt more curious about this festival than the others due to various reasons. At first, the name attracted me a bit, as I hadn't heard of any such festival ever in which they had a particular day devoted to float lanterns. That made me inquisitive and also it broke my stereotype. I always related Hawaii to a state which is not much culturally inclined or had more beach festivals. But when I read across the history, it broke my stereotype and made me realize the idea that there are many similar types of festival all over the world with different names. Thank you. Bhutan has always been an culturally inclined country. We have Jinal who would shed some light on its festival, Tesechu.
The Socho festival. This festival is celebrated on the 10th of a month of the lunar calendar, which celebrates the birthday of Guru Padmasambhava, who brought Tibetan Buddhism to Bhutan. The Sochos are grand events where entire communities come together to receive blessings, socialize, and witness religious mask dances. In addition to the mask dances, the Sochos also include other colorful dances of Bhutan and other forms of entertainment. The highlight of the festival are the jam dances, which are performed by both the people living there as well as the monks dressed in ornate costumes. Every dance performed has a special meaning behind it, or it reenacts the events that took place during the life of Guru Padmasambhava. The people believe that by observing these dances, they are enlightened, blessed, and purified, since these dances are considered so sacred. People dress up in the finest since they consider these Socho dances a time for members of the family to come together and celebrate their faith in the Buddha Dharma, to show their love and respect for the kings and the royal family, to take a break from their busy lives, and a celebration of victory of good over evil. Thank you.
Thank you, Jinal. Up next, we have Devesh, who would shed some light on a Japanese festival.
The Shingenku Festival. The Shingenku Festival takes place annually in Japan's Yamanashi Prefecture during April's 1st and 2nd weekend. This event takes place to honor the legacy of the legendary daimyo Takeda Shingen. Every citizen under his rule is to adore him for his mastery in the arts of war. During the 3 days of the festival, there is a reenactment of Takeda Shingen's Koshu battalion development. This involves a lead actor acting as Takeda Shingen and is surrounded by his own 24 generals. The Shingenku festival is when highest number of samurais gather around the world. What's special about this festival is that it seems like you're living in the Sengoku period, which was around 1467 to 1600 CE. There's a lot to learn from this festival, like how to preserve and honor your own culture. This event has been taking place since decades, and it's new generation's responsibility to perform and pass on the information to the coming generation. Thank you.
And that was a good informative speech. Thanks, Devesh. Makar Sankranti is around the corner. Now we have Rudra who would give us a scientific relevance behind Makar Sankranti.
India is the land of festivals. Makar Sankranti is one of the most important festivals of Hindu religion that they celebrate with great joy and happiness. The festival is celebrated every year on 14th or 15th January, depending upon the solar cycle. They celebrate by taking early morning holy dip and offering prayers to the sun because in Indian mythology they consider sun as one of the many important gods. The word Makar Sankranti derives from two words Makar and Sankranti. Makar means Capricorn and Sankranti means transition, which makes Makar Sankranti means the transition of the sun in the Capricorn. Capricorn is a zodiac sign. In addition, this occasion is a very sacred and auspicious occasion according to Hinduism, and they celebrate it as a festival. The shift of the sun into Capricorn is of divine importance, and we Indians believe that taking a dip in the holy river Ganga washes away all of your sins and makes your soul pure and blessed. In addition, it signifies the increase of spiritual light and reduction of materialized darkness. From the scientific point of view, from Makar Sankranti, the days become longer and the nights become shorter. It's a festival of togetherness and delicacies. The main cuisine of this festival is a dish made of til and jaggery. They add sparks to the festival. And in the local language, it is called chiki. Kite flying is one of the great part of festival during the day. The whole family enjoys kite flying, and at the time of sky is filled with a lot of colorful and different designs of kites. The different part of country celebrates this festival differently and calls it with different names. Also, the custom of each and every region is different, and each region celebrates it with their respective customs. Thank you.
Rudra. Now we have Heta to conclude the assembly with point to Socho.
Let's think. How do we define what we are? And who is similar to us and who is different from us? These questions are about identity and are very important on a personal level, but they take added significance when they are attributed to a group of people on a national or international level. So, are we able to critically appreciate and value the beliefs and perspectives of others, be it how and why the festivals are celebrated, or what are their cultural practices? Is it really that difficult to accept human commonality, diversity, and interconnection?